Hello, friends and family. How are you? I hope you have been well. God has protected you. He has kept me well as well. It is yet another time when I want to talk to you and discuss something or speak my mind with a hope that when you get to hear this, you will like it. You will find something to help you in it, and you will consider to subscribe. Those who have already subscribed, I thank you and I welcome you back. This is the place to be. Keep listening. Keep listening. It's very important to listen. It's very important to learn something from somebody every other time. You never know. You might get something which can change your life forever, or which can enlighten you on something. That's why I make these videos with the name of reaching out to you. My name is Eunice Jero, and this is Eunice Jero YouTube channel. Welcome. The new members, welcome. The members already, welcome. Everybody, you are welcome. And today, I want to talk about something we were discussing with some friends, and I felt that maybe people don't know, and maybe we need to enlighten them. I live in America, but I am born and brought up in Africa. So I have family back in Africa. And most of the people who have immigrated maybe to Australia, maybe to Europe or Asia, other parts of the world, even within the African countries, somebody leaves their country and goes to live in another country, definitely you don't carry all your family members. You go maybe with your nuclear family. And when you go, especially from where I come from, we usually say that when you go abroad, you have gone Maju. Let me explain that. Maju means that something was in a lower level, you've gone to something in a higher level. So you've left a low level country, or maybe style of living, or kind of life, status, or something, and you've gone to a higher level of living, or a country which has a high standards of living. And true to the fact, it is true. It is true, because the West, the developed world is different from the developing world. The laws, the everything, and let me say everything is higher a little. Now, what I want to talk about is how far should we engage ourselves who immigrated? We are already in Maju, in the Western world, and we have left people back home and friends and family, and they are looking at us as their help, as the person who will save them in one way or the other. They are expecting of you in some way or the other. And my question today, which I want us to discuss, or which I want to throw to you, is how far, how much, for how long should you engage in trying to help and lift the standards of living of the people you left back from where you came from? Let me give an example. Even when you are back home, we have some families which are quite needy. And you keep helping them. But unfortunately, there are some people you help until they drain you out. That you've helped a family, but they don't see you are helping them, so that they will help them tomorrow. You may choose to educate somebody's children, but those children refuse school. And still their parents expect you to keep on helping them. How much should we engage ourselves? Let me be frank with you. When we came to the West is not like Africa when it comes to work. You work. Yes, jobs are there, but you work. It's not joke. You can't find anybody because the economy is made up. You go to work and you're paid what you work. So you can never fail to go to work because you will not get paid from that day you did not go to work. I was working in Africa, and so I know the difference. I know the difference of calling in and still be paid. When we were in Africa, we used to call in. We used to call it what now? We used to ask for permission, not to be out of duty. Here we say call in. And you could just wake up one morning and you have a small light headache and you call and you still get your salary. You still be paid because they are salaried at the end of the month. In America, very few careers have salaries. Most of the jobs are hourly jobs. So you are paid for the hours you work. So if I don't go to work today, my 8 hours will not be there in my next paycheck. The hours I didn't attend, they'll be deducted. So for me to have a full check, I must make sure that the whole month I've not failed to go a single day. That's how it is. And the bills are there. Remember that we don't get anything for free. We don't have farms. It's not like Africa. We don't grow crops. We buy everything. But we still help people back home. And I don't mind, and I'm not against helping, but there is an element which is coming that whatever little problem people have back home, they may not struggle to look for ways out. And this I'm speaking in general. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking in general because it's something we were discussing with some friends. That most people, when they have a person who is better because of the way we are brought up and the way Africa embraces, one another, that you are social. You don't want your neighbor to suffer. You don't want your relatives to suffer. So that interdependency makes the person who is better off be drained by others. Some manage to come up, but some become interdependent on the person forever. And one thing I want to tell you is, if you are in Africa and somebody is trying to help you, maybe educate your children, you should respect that person and make sure that you encourage your children to work hard, because they are the ones now, after they work hard, they are the ones who will be in better positions now to take you out of poverty. To take you out of poverty. So the person help you. For instance, if I take your child, I cannot help take your child to school and build for you a house. Those two things are different, and I cannot. Those are major projects, and I cannot do it. I can only help you maybe with educating your children, so that when they get education, then they can build for their parents a good house. The same case applies to the married people. When you get married to a family which is not okay, the standards are low, you cannot do much to that family. You can only help the little ones to come up by providing the basic needs and education, so that then they get They get independent. And when they get independent, now they can help their parents. But you cannot stay with them forever. They have to learn to live their life. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because I know and I'm sure, and it's something I've seen, that you can send somebody money in Africa. You think they have a problem, but unfortunately, they are going to buy clothes. Just because we are far, we don't know. That person didn't have a major, very major problem. Because it beats logic to me. Let me be frank. It beats logic to me how somebody can say they have totally no food. And I'm not talking of people in the slums or people who have nothing totally. I know there are some people who have nothing totally. I'm speaking of people of, you would expect they are of my level. Let me talk like that. I don't have a high level and I don't have a low level. I'm there. Middle level, I can call it that. So the people of my middle-aged level and also economically middle, and you are maybe in business or you are abroad somewhere. I know COVID affected, yes, but I don't believe that you were earning 100,000 a month in Kenya, where I am born, and today you can sleep without food. And there was no disease which struck that family. To me, that person is using the other one. They don't want to use their savings. And that is why now I have come up with the question, so how much should we play God? Because when you keep on giving these people and settling them, keeping for them business, opening business for them, you're educating their children, you're building them houses, you are playing God. You cannot be enough. You cannot be enough for everybody. And you cannot be God. God is the only one who is enough for everybody. Because I have been there in the suffering. I know there are sufferings, but whenever you are in suffering, you think you don't depend on somebody. You think I do something and you come out. But not every time you have to depend on somebody, because you have somebody who is working. You send your children to them. You keep on calling them. They also have their life. And let me tell you something. When you see somebody in a situation today which is better than what you have, they have already drunk their cup of suffering. That is why now it is their time to live their life. And that is how life is. When we are climbing trees, we start from the ground. We don't start from the top. You start the tree from the ground. When I go the first level of the tree, it is very difficult. You slide down, but you climb again. So when you see somebody holding the first branch of the tree, that person started down. If you're down, start climbing too. Do not want to hold the branch like them. They drank the cup of climbing and sliding until they have held the branch. We can only help where necessary and what we can and what is enough. We cannot do everything. It's what is enough according to us. That I have given you this, that is enough. And let me tell you, people who play God, you should learn to save. Because as you play God, helping people more and more, they are saving. But your time of also maybe adversity or calamity striking you, they will still think you have. So they will not come through for you because they will think you still have. Don't exhaust yourself because of others. You are not God. Help with food. Food is a basic need. Help with medication. Medication is very important for our health. But make sure even when you are helping, you don't cross the line. If you have said that every month for charity or help is $500, Don't go beyond that. If you go beyond that, you are eating into your savings. You are going beyond, that is beyond what you've budgeted for. And if you go beyond what you budgeted for, you are not disciplined financially. And money comes and money goes. Money comes and money goes. Again, you don't want to live your life. Live your life. Even them, one day they'll live their life. I know there's somebody who is putting food without frying today on a pot, and I have oil. Very okay. As long as you have food, thank God for that. Allow me to eat my oil. Eat that food. But one day, trust God, you'll also eat oil. Fried food with oil. So we can't fit in the same pot, and again, you can't tell somebody who is in a different pot to come out of that pot to come to the lower pot. Life is not like that. We can only help and move on with our lives. We have to live our lives. When you get blessed, you're blessed. And I'm not saying that once you're blessed for you alone. No. What we call the overflow of blessing. From that overflow, the others feed from the overflow, but your cup must be full. If it is not full, you are still in the suffering, and therefore you cannot manage others. You cannot manage others unless you manage yourself. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because especially online, social media has become a bank account. Everybody is coming to social media. Oh, I want to give out this baby. It's a lie. I want this. Who has old clothes? It's a lie. Nobody can be borrowing those things. People want to make others their bank accounts. We need to be careful because us who are in diaspora, we are quick to think that things are very bad in back where we came from. I believe they are not very bad because I lived there. I lived there and we were suffering, yes, but not that much. Not that much of going online to ask for anything from anybody. I believe we have neighbors within us whom we know. People have decided to be exaggerating these things of charity. We should stop exaggerating it, because if you have a home, you are better than somebody who is on the street. We have so many chokoras, street children, who is helping them so that we can start now helping people who have a home, and mother and father giving them food. What about the orphans? Who will stand for them? If you who has you have a farm or a job, you have a business, you have a husband, you are there with your kids. The two of you with your husband, you can manage to bring up those children. We can help you with the school fees here and there. But allow us to help the vulnerable, totally vulnerable. The orphan who has no father to fight for him, no mother to give him food. He can only rely on a well-wisher like me or you. Those are the very needy cases. The other needy cases I find is those people in the slums. Those people are in the slums because they have nowhere else to go. And these people, I do not say that we give them food. They do have food. Those people, I know. I used to walk, to pass through Ayan, huko Kibera. And I could see them selling mandazi and kamongo on the road. And we could buy those chapos and mandazi. And they used to make money and make life. But if a child gets good points to take them to secondary school from such a family, the family may not have enough to educate that child. They may have enough for food. Those are the kids I'm saying we help. Wacha tuache kusaidia watu ambao wanaenda kununua manguo Ngara na pesa zetu. You find them showing off how dressed they are with our money. Yet we need to help the needy. We are also working 2-3 jobs so that we get at least money. One job for educating the needy. Then you have another job maybe for your family. This this is the thing. We cannot be God. Let us stop playing God ourselves who are in the diaspora. And let people who are back in those countries we came from understand us. Stop making us not to breathe. Stop asking us too much. I find education as a very good way of helping those people. Medical, very good. And food, if they don't have food, but food must be very well identified. Like the girls who became teenage mothers, those are very needy mothers. But not a woman who sits down and waits to be given by somebody instead of going to sell skuma wiki like other women. Please, let us embrace help very well and not misuse it. If you have relatives or friends of yours who are generous, stop misusing them. Stop asking them. Why? Because we get involved in I don't know whether it's me alone. I am put in so many WhatsApp groups of people I even don't know. And I don't know where to start. And remember, when you're put in these committees, they expect you to give something. How? I have my budget. We have our budgets. We can, if I say I'm giving this every month, I don't cross that. And we should not cross that. Because that's the budget. And you need to understand us. It's not our fault. We have to live our life. Like now it's winter. We need to buy new clothes for winter, warm. Because we were not having warm clothes. And the light and the consumption of light and fuel will go high. So the way I paid last month is not the way I'm going to pay this month, because the heater has to be on throughout. So the bills are quite high. On the road, the car will use more fuel, especially if it snows. It will be total problem. So the bills go high. And let me tell you, in the West, the way you people joke with bills, they don't joke with bills. They don't. Because even the sugar or unga, you pay tax for it. Direct. The price you see on the store is not inclusive of tax. So you go buy sugar $3, then the cashier will add the price for the tax. So it may be $5 finally. So it's not easy life. But we are used to it and we feel better because we can have 2-3 jobs. You help people back home. What I am saying is, those people back home understand us. We cannot be everywhere. And we cannot help everybody. And we cannot manage everything, all your problems. You got to allow us to breathe. You got to allow us to live. So let us stop playing God. We cannot be God. I have talked harsh. It may be harsh, but that's all I felt like sharing. Help us not to also string as we try to help you. Let us consider one another. Stop asking too much from your friends and relatives. Consider them. And ask when it is genuine, really. Okay? And if you are not helped, don't think that person hates you. It's because that person, the budget has reached the limit. Bye-bye. See you in the next one. Consider subscribing. Thank you, thank you, thank you.